Good morning from the trail. I've been on trail for a couple hours now. I left camp early, pretty early, just a little after 7. Wanted to try to get as many miles as I could done today. I have to do at least 20 miles, which is a lot, even after a 25-mile day. But there is a 10-mile section at the end of the day, yet the second half of the day, I should say, where the Forest Service made it no camping right now because of the high bear activity there's been in the area. And so I got about 6-7 more miles to hike, and I will reach my halfway point. I'm gonna have lunch there and then push through the 10-mile section. But I'm hiking solo again. Breezy got up even earlier than me, and she started out. She left while I was eating breakfast still. I went ahead and ate breakfast there at camp. But last night, I was planning on staying in the shelter as I stated. However, as soon as I got off the video and I walked up to the shelter to set up my bed, I shined my headlamp in the shelter and there was 2 beady eyes looking back at me. There's a little mouse. He was looking at me. So I decided I better not invade his home and set up my tent. So I went ahead and set my tent up in the dark and stayed in my tent last night. But it was a good night. It was a cool night, but not too cold. But like I said, I woke up early and wanted to get on trail pretty quick. And so it's gonna be a good day. There's no rain in the forecast, and the weather is phenomenal. So with that said, I will talk to you soon again from the trail. Looks like trail magic. Mr. Camouflage. Well, it's the end of the day. I'm coming down the mountain, approaching the river. I just have to cross the river, and there should be a dispersed campsite just right there. And so hopefully there's no one already camped there, but there's a good chance. So I'm not sure how far I might have to go tonight. So like I said, this morning I'm hiking 20 miles. It's actually a little over 20 miles, probably closer to 21. The last 10 miles have been closed to camping due to an active bear, or active bears, plural. And so I'm just making my way down the mountain. I have about 3 more miles until I get to camp. And so I should be getting there. Oh, it is 5 o'clock right now. And so I should be getting there about 6:30 or so, I'm guessing. But it's been a good day. Had some trail magic about 10 miles ago. I came down into a little gap right before I hit the 10-mile wilderness where there's no camping, and there was a gentleman parked there in his pickup truck, and he was making hot dogs and had bananas and oatmeal pies and all kinds of good stuff, lemonade. And so I sat there probably longer than I should have. So I sat there probably about 45 minutes to an hour just chatting with him and getting to know him. So it was a good time of fellowship, good time of getting to know each other. But like I said, I'm just gonna head down 3 more miles, set up my tent, and start dinner and getting ready for bed. So with that said, I will talk to you soon from the trail. Good morning. It is about, quarter till 11. I've been on trail for quite a while, probably about three and a half hours or so. I got a little late start leaving camp, but that was intentional. I just didn't feel like getting into a rush, so I just wanted to take my time. I plan on hiking 10 to 15 miles, not a lot today in comparison to the last couple days, but I have 2 days worth of food, including today. So I plan on going to town, hitching to town, coming up in 2 days. So but had a big mountain to climb, elevation to climb, so it's pretty much, I've been climbing to the top all day. I'm finally to the top, and now I'm on the ridge, so I'm just following the ridge, and it's pretty flat. But it's been a good day. The temperature is fantastic, the view is beautiful, and so I passed a couple thru-hikers, or I should say they passed me, that I knew this morning, and so I'm actually not as far behind as I thought I was compared to some of them. I think it was the 25-mile day and then the 20-mile day that allowed me to catch up with a lot of them. But it's been a good day, and I'm gonna start hiking down in a moment, back down, and it should be, for the most part, an easy hike from this point on for the rest of the day, I believe. I think I just hit the hardest part that is on trail today, but it's I'm just gonna keep on trekking and make my way to town. So I will talk to you soon again from the trail. As a thru hiker, you must always stay observant, keeping your eyes open for bears, snakes, and mile marker 800. Woohoo!
Well, I made it to camp. Been here a few hours. I got here, I was the only one here. I should say I was the first one here. I set up camp, and then just a few minutes later, after I ate dinner, people started showing up. So there's about 5 of us here, 5 tents set up, or I should say 4 tents and 1 hammock. And so we're just gonna take it easy for the rest of the evening. Tomorrow I'm gonna get up and no big rush. I'm gonna get up and get on trail. I only got about 10 miles to hike, less than that probably. Once I get to a specific parking lot, I think it's Route 60 is the highway, and I'm gonna hitch into town. So when I get to town, I'm gonna resupply and do all that good stuff. I'm gonna stay at a campground there in town, and then just do a Nero tomorrow. So with that said, I will talk to you soon. Good night.
Good morning. I am on my way back to the trail. I just left camp. I have about a quarter mile to walk until I get back to the AT. I had a good evening last night. Ran into an old friend, gentleman that I pretty much started the trail with by the name of Peroni, a young man. And so it was great catching up with him, talking. I just left him. He's back at camp. He got in like 11 o'clock last night. And so he night hiked. He left town about 5 o'clock and night hiked 15 miles, about the same as what I did yesterday. But it's a good day. I have a big climb ahead of me. However, thankfully, I only have to do part of it since I'm getting off trail and going into town in a little bit. So again, I got short miles today, so this would be considered a Nero. I'm just gonna hike to the parking lot, hitch a ride if I can, and just do all the town stuff. So it was a quiet night. Like I said, I had a good night. There were several hikers that showed up, and we had, talked about people we knew, and talked about our feet, how your feet constantly hurt. But there's one question I've been asking other thru hikers about feet is if their feet are numb or if their toes are numb. Because for the last couple weeks, my big toes on both feet have been numb. And so we've determined it's probably just overuse of your feet, and the nerves are extra sensitive on your toes. So I don't know, we're not sure. So there's a lot of us that are dealing with it, so we're assuming it's probably nothing long term. It's probably once we stop hiking so many miles, it's gonna clear up. But with that said, it was a good evening, and I got to meet even some other thru hikers that I didn't know. So it was a good time. But I'm gonna hit the trail here in a moment, bust out a few miles, and make it to town. So with that said, I will talk to you soon. Well, I made it to Bona Vista, Virginia. Decided to do a Nero today. I just hiked 10 miles, as I stated earlier. I made it to the Gap and got picked up. I met a lady. She was a trail runner. Her name is Paula, and she met me on trail yesterday, and I was talking about coming into town, and she offered to pick me up today and give me a ride into town. I am here at the local park, and they offer tenting for $5. Plus, there's a shower house here, so I'll be able to take a shower tonight. But I just got done with my resupply. I got some of the essentials when it comes to backpacking. Just wanted to share a few things, the kind of things that backpackers eat, thru-hikers eat. And so, of course, I always start the day off with everybody's favorite treat, and that is honey buns. And so I usually eat honey buns, or sometimes I get Pop-Tarts, or now they have Pop-Tart bites. I've gotten those as well, and I usually chase it down with some baby food. And so I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, baby food, that's disgusting. But just know that they sell in stores the little individual squeeze tubes of applesauce. And the baby food is, not only is it organic, but it's also cheaper, and there's a lot more options. So like this one I have here is banana berry and veggie smash with oats. It's pretty good. Another one that I like, it's the banana strawberry raspberry mixed grain. And so these give my body the fruits and the vegetables that I need on trail. That's one thing that it's very lacking, is fruits and vegetables. So anytime I'm in town or anyway on trail, I try to get that as much as I can. Another thing I do to try to help my to get the vitamins that I need, that I don't normally get from the food I eat on trail, is I got some multivitamins. So I've been making sure I take that, take one of those once a day in the morning as part of my breakfast. And so for lunch, I'm pretty consistent when it comes to what I eat for lunch. I've been buying tortilla shells, and I will make a wrap, and I put stuff such as there's some teriyaki chicken, there's some buffalo style chicken they have here, or one of my favorites is these new Smart Bowls. It's got pasta and beans with tuna, and I put one of these on a wrap and eat it, and it usually fills me up. And then sometimes when I get into town, I'll also buy a small bag of chips of some type, and I eat it two ways. So I either I eat it separately from my wrap, or once in a while I'll put it on my wrap just to give another texture to my food. And I know what some of you are thinking, that is disgusting, but hey, that's what hikers eat. For dinner, for supper, I usually eat something, I eat a lot of north sides, and this one is cheesy cheddar. Another thing I do, it's called a ramen bomb. And a ramen bomb is basically, it's ramen noodles, and then I mix it with a pack of instant potatoes. And so it's very filling, a lot of carbs. Sometimes I'll mix up pepperoni or bacon bits or something like that. Any kind of protein I have, I'll mix in with the ramen bomb. And then another one of my favorite dinners is that I do is the Annie's mac and cheese. And so this is one of my favorite. It tastes fantastic, and I'll add bacon to that or something with that, some protein with that as well. And then throughout the day, I try to snack. And so some of the things I snack on, one of my personal favorites on trail and off, is Snickers. And so I eat a lot of Snickers, I eat a lot of energy bars, such as Cliff bars, or I like these RX bars. These are pretty good as well. And then sometimes I crave salt or things that are salty. And so when I crave things that are salty, I'll eat some peanut butter and crackers or something like that. Another thing I have, and I do eat these for breakfast as well, not just a snack, but I like these little cookies. And so these are cool that you can get different kinds. I think this is a toasted coconut. I've had chocolate in the past, and the one I just bought, have not tried it yet, but this is a cranberry orange. And so I'm looking forward to trying that. And then when I do my dinner, one part I forgot, when I do dinner, I always mix in some olive oil. And the reason I do that, not only for taste, but also just to add the calories. And so on trail, my body is burning approximately 5,000 calories a day by hiking. It's impossible for me to eat. I would be eating constantly to be able to make up 5,000 calories a day. And so when I get into town, I have to pig out. I have to eat a lot of food to be able to get myself back to where I need to be. So far I've lost over 20 pounds, probably about 25 pounds. And I'm trying to balance that out where I'm losing fat, but also gaining muscle. And so I'm to the point right now, I think my body is pretty much stabilized where I'm not losing any weight, but that doesn't mean I'm not losing fat. I'm still losing fat, but I'm gaining muscle. And so these are some of the things that hikers eat. Of course, I always make sure that I drink plenty of electrolytes. And this one is made by Gatorade, Propel, and it is lemon blackberry. And then of course in the morning, with my breakfast, I do coffee. And so I drink my coffee a little different. I mix in a 1 liter water bottle, 1 thing of instant coffee with 1 thing of breakfast essentials chocolate. And so what that does is this has protein. And so I'm giving my body more protein, the protein it needs. And plus I get the caffeine from the chocolate and the coffee. And so, like I said, these are some of the things that I eat on trail. And I know it doesn't sound very appetizing to many of you, but believe me, if you hike 15 to 18, even 25 miles a day, you're gonna be hungry and you would be surprised what you eat. So with that said, I will talk to you soon again from the trail. Good morning. I'm back on trail. Just left town, got dropped off here at the trailhead. Met up with Galileo's brother. He was doing trail magic. Tom is his name, but he was doing trail magic here at the gap, here at the trailhead. So talked to him for a little bit. Also met up with a group of high schoolers. There's a school from Pennsylvania. It's taken their, I think they were juniors, sophomore juniors class, out for a 4-day backpacking trip as a field trip. So I thought that was pretty cool that their school does that. It reminded me, years ago, I traveled to Alaska, and the guide on one of the boats was talking about that the high schoolers, or the seniors of the high school, in order to graduate, they have to be able to do 3 things. And they take the group out into the wilderness, and they have to all 3, find food, build a shelter, and make a fire. And so the funny part about it is they'll take them out, and of course the kids can't eat any other food for the day they're out there, and they have to find their own food in the woods. But all the chaperones bring steaks and all kinds of things and grill out there while the kids are smelling it and having to find their own food. And so I thought it was funny. It sounds almost like child abuse, but hey, it's still funny. But thankfully I'm not foraging and hunting. I'm out here on the Appalachian Trail. As you know from the video, I have a pack full of food that I got from the store. And so right now, if it sounds like I'm out of breath, it's because I'm climbing a mountain as I'm talking with a full pack. And so I plan on hiking about 13 miles today, kind of a shorter day. I'm I'm gonna try to make it to the next shelter and stay there. And so I'm just gonna enjoy the night, enjoy the hike, and just enjoy the trail. So with that said, I will talk to you soon again from the trail.
Well, I'm here at camp. I've been here a couple hours now. Got here about 5, 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. It's starting to get dark, so I thought I'd do a quick video before I turn in. Just had dinner a little bit ago, made up my bed in the shelter, and so I'll be staying in the shelter this evening. Had a good day of hiking. There was a lot of uphill, especially at the beginning of the day, but it looks like tomorrow is going to be a lot of downhill, so I guess it works itself out that way. But I'm going to just try to make it, I'm not sure, probably about 15-20 miles tomorrow, depending on where I decide to stop within that 5-mile gap. But I'm just staying here at the shelter right now with Galileo, and I met up with him this morning, and actually his brother was stopped at the gap that I got on, and he was doing trail magic, and so I got to talk with him for a little bit. But I'm just going to probably see him next couple of days. I know they have a cabin, I'm not sure where it is, somewhere not too far from here, that they're gonna stay in a couple days, so they invited me to come by and just hang out with them, so I may do that. So with that said, I'm gonna turn in, try to get some sleep, and see you tomorrow on the trail.
Good morning. It is Wednesday. I'm on the trail. I left the shelter, probably about an hour and a half ago. On my way. I plan on trying to push forward as many miles as I can today. I would like to do about 20-21. However, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. There's a big climb just right near the end of the day, so I may be too drained of energy when I get there and not be able to climb it, but we'll see. But it is a beautiful day. It was a good evening last night. Stayed in the shelter with Galileo. I've talked about him in the past, and so him and his brother invited me out to a cabin as stated, in a couple days. That's part of the reason why I want to push 21 miles. That way I won't have very many miles to hike tomorrow. But we'll just see what happens. If it doesn't happen, it's really not that big of a deal. But I just figured, since people were inviting me to come over to a cabin they had, hey, I might as well take them up on it. But I am making my way towards the Shenandoah National Park. I probably should be there, the end of the week, beginning of next week. It's not too far away. And so once I get in there, they say the Shenandoah is full of bears. So we'll see how many bears, if any, that I see. I really haven't seen any bears other than that one time coming across the right before I got to the Tennessee-Virginia state line. I saw that mother with 4 cubs, but we still have a long way to go on this trail, and so there's a good chance that I'll see more along the way. So today I'm just keep on trucking. I'm gonna get to, probably in the next 3.5 miles, a shelter called Priest Shelter, and I'll talk a little bit more about that when I get there. But I'm gonna take a little bit of a break there, rehydrate, and maybe get something to snack on. So I'm gonna keep on trekking, and I will talk to you soon again from the trail. Well, I just left a Priest Shelter. I was gonna get on and do a video there at the shelter, but there were some other people there, so I felt funny doing it there. But the Priest Shelter, it is named that because of somebody, I'm not sure who. His last name is Priest. The Priest Shelter is in the middle of the Priest Wilderness area, and so that's why it's called what it's called. But several thru-hikers have taken the name, and they've made some fun out of it. And so, meaning in each shelter there's a logbook, and so in the Priest Shelter, the logbook, they kind of do something different than the other shelters. They use it as a confessional. And so thru-hikers are writing in there. Normally it's trail related things that they want to confess they did on trail. So for example, some may confess that they didn't dig a proper cat hole, or maybe somebody confesses that they slept with their food rather than hanging it from a tree, and just stuff like that. But there are some confessions, quote unquote, inside the book that are pretty serious. And so nothing criminal, but there's some stuff in there that's pretty serious. But anyway, it's like I said, it's just a fun thing that hikers do. But I'm back on the trail, and like I said, I just left the shelter. I'm going to be heading downhill in a moment. Right now the trail is really rocky, and so I'm hoping it levels out a little bit. It's a lot easier to walk on when there's not so many rocks underfoot. But I'm gonna hike probably another 10 miles, and then I'm gonna reevaluate and find out if I want to push to the point where I was thinking about getting off trail. There is a restaurant that allows you to camp there on their property, and they have free showers, and of course a restaurant. You can buy food and anything else you want there. And so I'm gonna try to make it there, but two things have to happen. one, from where I camped last night, I have to hike 21 miles. And so we'll see if I can do that. And as stated earlier, the last part of the day is gonna be a big push uphill. And then two, the restaurant's about 5 miles off trail. So in the description on the Far Out app, which is the map system that I use for this trail, it says that shuttles are available. What's it say exactly? Shuttles are available sometimes. It doesn't say it like that, but that's pretty much what it is. So when I get to the road, I'm gonna call and see if there's a shuttle available to come pick me up from the restaurant. If not, I guess I will be camping there next to the road, because I do not feel like hiking 5 miles after hiking 21. So, but with that said, I'm gonna keep pushing forward. I'm gonna enjoy the sun. It's a sunny day, it's a nice day. Enjoy the nature around me, and of course, enjoy the trail. I will talk to you soon. Well, I made it here to camp. I ended up stopping a little bit early, actually 7 miles early than I originally set out this morning. As I stated earlier today, I was planning on hiking about 21 miles to a gap, hitching a ride to a restaurant that's about 5 miles off trail. They allow camping and they have showers and all of that good stuff there. However, when I came down the mountain, I ran into some trail magic, and so I filled up there on food, and I don't know if I have another 7 miles in me, especially with a stomach full of food, and I don't think I'd be able to eat much when I got to the restaurant anyway. So plus I got food here, and the problem with not eating your own food is you got to carry it even farther. And so I decided to stop here at this shelter. Looks like I'm the only one here. There's some people across the creek, a good sized group. Looks like they're camping together, but no one's over here on this side. So I'm gonna just stay here. Galileo might show up later today. I'm not sure for how far he was going, but I got about 14 miles I gotta do tomorrow if I'm going to go join them at their cabin and hang out with them. And so I'm gonna get up early and hit the trail and try to push out the 14 miles as quick as possible. I started doing uphill after I left the trail magic. That's part of it, why it was a little bit of a struggle. And so I'm about a third of the way up the mountain, so I still got 2/3 of a climb in the morning. So I want to get that done and behind me as soon as possible. So I'm gonna just hang out here, relax, not eat, not yet, and I just gonna enjoy the evening. So with that said, I will talk to you soon. Good night. Well, I made it to the top of the mountain. It's been a long morning. I've been on trail for a couple hours now. I had to hike up about a little over 3 miles up the mountain from where I camped last night there at the shelter. There was a lot of scrambling, a lot of rocks. So I'm starting the descent at the moment, and I'm hoping that the trail is a little smoother going down than it was coming up. But so far here on top, it looks pretty good. I'll probably be stopping in a moment just to take a break, rehydrate, maybe eat something just to fuel up. But it's going to be a good day. There is a chance of rain later this afternoon, but I'm hoping to almost be done for the day. I have about another 10-11 miles to hike before I get to my destination. I'm aiming for it's mile 850, and so I'm meeting Galileo's brother there, and he's actually Galileo's behind me. Not right behind me, but somewhere behind me. But he left camp a little later than I did. But we're gonna go to one of their, they have a family cabin in this area, so they invited me to come over, and so we're gonna go over and grill and hang out and just talk, and so I really enjoy both of them. They're good guys. As I stated before, Galileo, he works for, he designs telescopes for NASA, and that's his name. And then his brother, he actually designs circuit boards, I think for printers or something like that. I could be wrong, but they both are interesting guys, very intelligent guys. So I enjoy hanging out with them, getting to talk with them, ask questions, and all of that good stuff. So, but I'm gonna just keep on trucking. I think I'm gonna stop right here for my break. Looks like a good spot, and then keep on moving after my break, and I will talk to you, I guess, again from the trail. Looks like trail magic. Well, it's the end of the day. I only have about a mile and a half until I get to the parking lot where I'm getting picked up by Tom, Galileo's brother, who's following him along in a minivan, aka Sherpa is his trail name, since he's carrying all of Charlie's supplies, or Galileo's supplies, I should call him. But it's been a good day. Just had some trail magic a little bit ago. Come down into a gap, Reed's Gap, and there was a young lady there who she had hiked the Appalachian Trail last year, and she wanted to give back. She lives in the area, and so she was doing trail magic. So I was very appreciative of her. She cooked me a hot dog, and I had a thing of Cheetos and a Coca-Cola to drink and a Gatorade. And so it was a great treat after climbing over a mountain this morning. As you know, I did about 3 miles, 3.5, 4 miles up a mountain. And then the rest of the day has been pretty much following a ridge line, going down a little bit and up a little bit and down a little bit, and just the normal stuff. But as soon as I get to the parking lot, I'll probably just hang out there with Sherpa and just wait for Galileo to show up. He's behind me somewhere. He left camp later than me, and I hadn't seen him all day, so I'm sure he's right behind me somewhere real close. But I'm gonna get there and wait for him, and when he shows up, we're gonna head over to a cabin and just hang out and relax and eat. My favorite things to do. But it's gonna be a good night. I was told it was supposed to rain today, this afternoon. However, it has not rained yet, but knock on wood, it's still early enough it could. And so I'll wait, and hopefully I'll be done hiking by the time it starts coming down. But I'm gonna just push out this last mile and a half, and just enjoy the rest of the evening. So with that said, I will talk to you soon from the trail. Here he comes. That's our ride. Good morning from the trail. Just got back on trail, probably only been hiking for about 15-20 minutes. Galileo is in front of me, but his brother dropped us off this morning. We left Evergreen Resort. That's the place we stayed, and it was a very nice place. I was very impressed. But it's actually a ski resort. However, there are activities throughout the summer, so it's a nice little place. But we're on trail. Plan on doing probably 15-18 miles today. I'm gonna have to find a dispersed camping site, so I'm not really positive exactly where I'm gonna be camping this evening. But Charlie's got a friend by the name of Chipmunk that's gonna be joining him later on today, once we get into the Shenandoah National Park area. And so should be hitting either camping right before we enter into the park or right after. So depending, like I said, depending on if we can find a dispersed camping spot or not. And so it's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be nice today. I think it could rain tomorrow or the next day. It is Friday, so I'm gonna enjoy the beautiful weather while we have it. But it's just past a good lookout, and so stopped there for a quick break and adjusted my pack. But like I said, it's gonna be a good day, so looking forward to hiking another 50 miles and hitting 900. So I'm already at 850, past 850 now, and so I'm moving miles, so that's a good thing. So, but with all of that said, I will talk to you soon again from the trail.
Wintergreen.
Awesome. Well, I am here at my campsite. I found a dispersed campsite here just right on the edge of the Shenandoah National Forest, or National Park, I should say. It's been a long day. I hiked about 17 and a half, almost 18 miles. But the trail hasn't been too bad. It's been pretty smooth sailing today, unlike yesterday with all the rocks. But like I said, I'm just right here on the edge of the National Forest, or the National Park. And so I'm gonna set up my tent in a little bit, make me something to eat because I am hungry, and I will probably turn in early. And so tomorrow I begin my push through the national park. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the Shenandoahs has to offer. I've heard a lot about it. I also heard there's a lot of bears, so we'll see if I have any company tonight. Let's hope not. But it's going to be a good night. I think it's supposed to be clear this evening. It may rain tomorrow or the next day, and so we'll just have to check the weather and find out if that's still true or not, or if it's changed. So with all of that said, I'm going to start getting set up, and I will talk to you soon again from the trail.